I'm Ryan,
And June. I'm
and we are the Disney Movie Club. Today we're talking about the movie
Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan.
Captain Cook.
Peter Pan. All right, so Peter Pan, it's a very famous movie. I feel like a lot of people have seen some version of Peter Pan. Uh, Tell us about the plot of Peter Pan, Jim.
So first, the narrator tells us the part of the family.
Yep. Who are the family members, Archie? Who's this?
Um, Wendy, um, John, Mike,
Michael. Yep. Those are three darling kids that are in the nursery. Wendy kind of tells them stories, and the dad is upset with them, thinking that they need to grow up, right? So the dad says that it's Wendy's last night in the nursery. So mom and dad leave, and then Peter Pan comes in, and he tells them what, Jim?
he tells him to come to Neverland.
Neverland, where you never grow up,
Yeah,
right? So to get to Neverland, you have to fly. What is the trick to flying?
think of a wonderful thought and have Tinkerbell dust.
Yep. So if Peter Pan came to you, what would your happy thought be?
Gentlemen, stop arguing. Mine will be the
Just
fight.
jokes. To find gold. Okay, how about I'd say going to Disneyland with my kids. I really like to do that. All right, so they fly to Neverland and they meet lots of different characters. Show that picture. Who's the main villain in this?
And I'm the lines.
Who's
Okay.
the main villain in Peter Pan?
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook. And,
Say lines.
okay, what's the line from the movie?
Peter Pirate. We can fly, we can fly, we can fly.
Okay. So like I was saying, the villain is Captain Hook. He doesn't like Peter Pan. Why does he have a hook for a hand?
Because it got chopped up by the alligator.
When he was fighting Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yep. So Captain Hook is kind of always looking for Peter Pan to get rid of him, right?
Yeah, but the crocodile not is a good guy and is a good guy to the good guys and a bad guy to the bad
All right.
guys.
So tell us more about what happens in the story, and then we'll talk about the characters.
Um
So they're in Neverland. What are some things that happen?
um Peter Pan said tell them to go to the island with Tinkerbell. And it was the kids.
The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
So they meet the Lost Boys, and then the Lost Boys kind of get in a run-in with the Native Americans. They
Yeah.
think that Lost Boys have kidnapped Tiger Lily, but who actually did kidnap Tiger Lily?
Captain Hook is me.
Yep. So that they could try to get Peter Pan. And then they eventually, Captain Hook finds out where Peter Pan lives. He kidnaps Lost Boys and the Darling kids. Yeah. And then Peter Pan rescues them, and then they go back home. The movie ends with the dad thinking that it was okay for his kids to stay kids and not grow up so fast.
Because he saw the shipping, and when he was a kid, he was
Maybe he went to Neverland. Yeah. Okay. So talk about a character from the movie.
I'm gonna talk about
Why do you just talk about one? What are you going to say about him?
Captain Hook and me
Okay.
are are like the buddy characters,
Okay. What makes them funny?
and because makes you pretty confused when Peter Pan in the school cave, he shot the Captain Hook,
Yeah.
and he thinks that he should release the Native American.
Yeah. And Smee, that was also funny to see when Smee was trying to shave Captain Hook's face and
It was
he
the
wasn't paying attention. They shaved a bird's.
face that Captain Hook's head fell off.
Yeah. All right. What's the character you want to talk about, Archie?
Um, I'm gonna talk about um Peter Pan.
Okay. What are you going to tell us about him?
He can fly.
Okay. He's a kid that never wants to grow up. What else about him? About other than he can fly? How would you describe him? Did you think he was a good person?
Hmm. Um, I don't know.
Well, what are you going to say about him? Tell
He
people
he
to get it.
he makes the kids happy.
Makes the kids happy. How?
He makes them fly.
Yeah. Makes them feel like it's okay to be kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk about Tinkerbell. So Tinkerbell, I thought was kind of an interesting character because she is viewed as like a hero or a good person, but she kind of, I saw in the research for this that she is a fairy, so she's little, so she can only feel one feeling at a time. So, like at the beginning of the movie, she's just really jealous, right? She's jealous of how Wendy and Peter Pan are kind of closer than she and Peter Pan.
Of Tinkerbell when she can actually talk to other fairies.
Yeah, but then by the end, you see that Tinkerbell is loyal and helps both Peter Pan and the Darling kids. All right, so there is a Peter Pan ride where you're on a pirate ship and you get to fly around and just see different scenes from Peter Pan.
And
Is there any other ideas of what we're talking about Disneyland? So, any other ideas for anything that you could?
something to say.
All right, what do you think?
Uh, did you know why they're in the pirate ship? It, in because did you know in Peter Pan 2
Oh, we're just talking about the first one right now.
um
Let's keep it focused on what we're talking about. Any ideas for any Disneyland attractions or anything?
um maybe um you can see like you could go like into this place where you can see Neverland.
Okay. Any ideas, Archie?
I think there should be an um and the wonder and the Peter Pan ride when you wait in the line there could be like a movie thing where you can like see Peter Pan flying.
Oh, while you're waiting in line, that'd be good attention to detail. I was just thinking, like maybe on the rivers of America. I thought that Skull Rock was kind of cool, so maybe they could have like Skull Rock as like a little island, right? Okay.
Like um Tom Sawyer Island
Yeah, but
that
maybe like Skull Rock, you couldn't actually go on it, but it'd be just kind of cool to just, like when you can do the canoes or the ship around, you could see Skull Rock or something. All right. So our rankings from 1 to 10, what would you rank Peter Pan, Jim?
a 8 out of 10
Okay, why do you think that?
because it was cool and interesting, but
Okay, I get it here. But what?
but I didn't really think there should be a second one.
Okay. All right, so 8 out of 10, you mostly liked it. All right, what about you, Archie? What is your ranking?
10
You
out of
liked
10.
it? Okay, we're making a video for people.
Yes,
What was your ranking? A 10 out of 10?
I'll give it a 10
Okay, and why do you think that? Why did you like this movie so much?
because I like it when you lie.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's the my most favorite one that we watched so far. I thought it was good adventure. I really like the character. I really like Smee and Captain Hook. I thought they're really funny. I actually liked them more than Peter Pan. Um, like all the characters that you meet along the way. I give it a 9 out of 10. All right. So what is the next one that
10 out of 10.
just because I think there's better movies coming, so I wouldn't give it the top spot, but it's my favorite so far.
What is your top?
Well, we'll see as I watch them. I'll just see. what deserves a 10 out of 10. All right. So, do you remember what movie's coming up next?
The $100 Missions.
Nope. It is about dogs.
In the Tramp, I forgot that.
Lady and the Tramp. All right. So,
And like that memo.
all right. Comment about your favorite Peter Pan character or something from the movie.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
My favorite character is me.